Good day, everybody. Welcome to the lounge yet again. It is a very lovely day out here, and I wanted to show you guys the chickens that I have in the coop that's been built as promised. And I also wanted to talk about the Canadian elections, so the latter part of the video will be kind of more for you Canadians out there. This is how the cucumbers are coming along, looking healthy. Peas are coming along as well. But this right here is the chicken coop. It took a few days to build this thing, to put it all together. First we built the house, then we attached all of these chicken wire panels, and before you knew it, the whole coop was all put together. And all we had to do was add a few accessories like this is for their water. This little thing here is for grit, which is like a type of little rock that chickens need. And that right there is a feeding pipe that they're enjoying quite a bit. Ended up getting 5 chickens. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the shy one. There she is, 5. So why did I end up getting these? Well, ultimately, they're an inflation hedge, because I am still very concerned about inflation. And beyond that, I always kind of wanted to have chickens because, environmentally friendly, good for chicken welfare, fresh eggs. Plus, it's even a nice chore for the kid once he gets a little older to take care of the chickens. Lots and lots of good pluses to do in it. Now, as things currently stand, there's 5 of these chickens, but 4 of them are a bit too young to be laying. They'll start laying in a couple months, but this red one right here, we're calling her Big Red. She is laying every day because she's a bit older than the others, and she's supposed to show the others the ropes. She's also the dominant one, so if she wants to eat, you see that? Even the bigger chicken has to back away. So yeah, there you go, guys. As promised, chicken coop is up and running, and next project is probably rain barrel. We need to create some kind of water collection system back next to the house. So on that note, let me turn the camera around and talk election a bit. There we go. Hey everyone. Hope you're all doing well. And boy, has it been an interesting week. So when I made the last video, I told you guys that I was hoping that the Canadian election was going to get a little bit more interesting, that it would actually be competitive, and I was hoping that the Conservatives were going to catch up while the Liberals slide. And boy, has that ever actually turned out to be true. Over the last like 7 or 8 days since I've made that video, the Conservatives in Canada have gone from about a 2 or a 5% chance to win to currently a 54% chance to win. And if you look at the polling the last 10 days or so, you can really see the pattern taking shape. Canadians are not happy with the Mad King running on Your Body, My Choice, that being Justin Trudeau. And thankfully, they seem to be acknowledging that he has to go, and he has to go now. Not to mention, he's getting heckled at every single campaign stop and has had to cancel several of them due to security reasons. The media has been very reluctant to admit that that has to do with the broad level of anger Canadians have with him and his pandemic policies, but that is reality. So they are beginning to acknowledge it now, and that has only accelerated the pattern of the Liberals slipping nationally. Now, hopefully, if Justin Trudeau loses, what that's going to do is that's going to send a message to some of the other Canadian governments that are leaning into things like vaccination passports and tell them, oh, maybe this is not such a good idea. Maybe Canadians actually don't like this at all. We've had British Columbia here where I live attempt to mandate vaccination passports in some kind of way for going into restaurants, and that is causing all sorts of problems. For example, somebody created a group called BC Businesses Against Health Passes, and that group accumulated like 95,000 members within 1 week, which is not really a typical thing in terms of region-specific Facebook groups revolved around Canada, so it was quite the thing to see. Meanwhile, probably the most significant employers in Canada that have tried to mandate vaccination are Canada's five big banks, which, if you're Canadian, they pretty much control 95% of the banking industry here in Canada. It's not like the States where we have a ton of little banks. Here we have five big banks and they kind of run everything, which is a pain in the ass. So if you're employed for them, hopefully you can keep fighting in terms of your medical autonomy and rights and win against them in court. For myself, I hate the Canadian big banks. They don't like crypto and they've always made my life more difficult in terms of actually trying to buy crypto. By the way, actually, if you're Canadian and you're having troubles buying crypto because your credit card is connected to your bank and the bank doesn't like you using your credit card to buy crypto, there actually is a way around that. All you have to do is use a Canadian exchange like BitBuy in order to buy your crypto, and you can e-transfer into that. Canadians listening to me know what I mean by e-transfer, or you can wire transfer into it. And yeah, that way you can get around the big banks blocking you from buying crypto on all of these various American-based exchanges. Just go to a Canadian exchange. I'll even try to link to BitBuy in the description. I think they have some kind of referral link I'll try to dig up for you guys. So yeah, that's the current state of things up here in Canada and in my backyard. I'll keep you guys updated on how this is going, especially when they start to kind of roam the yard. On that note, hope this was interesting. If so, subscribe, hit that like button. I'm gonna clean the roost. See ya.